Hey, before we get started back with talking about science and the paranormal, do you know what time it is?
Yeah, I do know what time it is.
Time for
What the heck
does that mean? Okay, now you got me and now I kind of guessed it last week, didn't I?
Yes.
But this week we have Will, who is probably the smartest guy I know.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I to this day cannot believe you don't have PhD after your name.
Yeah.
Or in front of your name, or somewhere around your name.
Usually goes after your name.
After your name?
Yeah.
I know the letters PhD.
Will. Dr. Dirty.
Yeah, Dr. Dirty.
Okay, Dan, what's the word today?
The word this week is fard.
That's it?
That's it.
Fard.
Fard.
Could you spell
Can you
it?
spell it, please?
F-A-R-D.
Okay, I didn't know if
Fard.
it was going to be P-H-R-D or F-A-R-D. Okay, F-A-R-D. Well, you know what it sounds like.
I know what you're going to say.
Well, I had too many beans, so I kind of farted.
Yeah, not even close.
Not even close?
Not even in the ballpark.
Okay. Well, there's a fard. Is it anything like a shard?
It is nothing like a shard or any of that.
Shard. A shart.
Yeah, it's a shard.
Yeah, we won't describe what a shard is.
No, most people probably know. If not, they can look it up themselves.
Okay, so, fard?
Yes, fard.
Fard.
Yes.
Is it a thing?
It is a thing.
It is a thing.
It is a thing.
Is it something I could hold in my hand?
Sure.
I could hold a fard in my hands.
Yeah.
Is it a form of currency?
No.
Is it
Is it a type of stone?
No.
Is it an article of clothing?
No.
Is it a type of food?
No.
Is it animal, vegetable, or mineral?
It would probably be mostly mineral.
Mineral, mostly mineral.
Could be some animal in there. Could be some vegetable in there. I don't know. I don't know how this stuff's made.
Oh, it's stuff. And it's made. It's man-made.
That it is.
Now, so it's used for something.
Yes.
It is a useful thing.
Well, I mean, sure, why not?
Would mankind have existed as it does today without it?
Probably.
It would.
Pretty similar.
Yeah, we wouldn't have missed it that much.
No. Especially as guys.
Oh, it's for something to do with women.
Well, they're more likely.
Women are more likely to use fard
Yes.
than men.
Yes.
Okay, it's a type of hairbrush.
No.
Makeup.
Yep. It's face paint or makeup.
Really?
Yep.
That's it?
Yep.
All right.
Wow, Will, I told you, you're the smartest guy I know.
I never even had to use my sentence.
Yeah.
I said you may find fard at a carnival or fair because it's face paint.
Ah, cool. Fard.
Mm-hmm.
What language is that generated from?
I got it off a webpage of.
It almost sounds possibly either.
Well, it didn't say
definitely
what,
European.
It didn't say what it was derived from, but I got it off a webpage that said 100 funniest words in the English language.
Oh, in English. So it's probably British.
I mean, well,
It's probably a British word.
It could. It's in the English language,
Yeah.
so it's an
Fard
English
sounds
word.
like something that would come from England, maybe.
Yeah, it could have Germanic roots. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Sumerian roots.
Sumerian.
Sumerian.
But it is out of the English dictionary.
All right.
Cool. Awesome word. Fard.
Yes.
I'm going to get some fard on my face.
Yeah, it's not some other language or anything.
Hey, would
It's
you
not-
fard on my face?
I'll
just wrong.
I'll put fard all over your face.
Oh, that's just wrong. Okay, we're back. We're back from. Oh, now Will didn't bring his notebook, so he doesn't have his
Yeah, I'm
magical
sorry.
haunted history tour.
Yeah.
So he's not going to wisp us
I
off to
actually
any
forgot my
magical
notebook.
haunted place.
But
Are
I
ya?
do have something to talk about.
What's up?
I showed you earlier, I saw the thing, China is selling tickets
Oh yeah.
to go to a new planet for 2 pence, but it's going to take 30 million years to get there.
Awesome. I think I'll buy one.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Now, how much is a pence?
I'm not sure.
I don't. Is it like is it Chinese currency or something?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
So 2 pence. Well, it can't be much.
Yeah.
For 2 pence. Pence is probably like 2 pennies or something. Because it's probably more of a joke type thing, anyways.
Yeah.
It's probably not very, very expensive. But I wouldn't mind having a ticket.
You got to get Frozen. I mean, it's going to take 30 million years.
Yeah, 30 million years. I mean, I wonder if I'd get freezer burnt by then.
Maybe.
Of course, I've had hamburgers in my freezer for just a couple weeks and it gets freezer burnt.
Yeah.
What am I going to look like after 30 million years? That'd be. I don't even know if you'd be able to scrape it off. Find it.
Well, I mean, I found 2 pence coins and stuff, but
That's more of a Pence is more of a British thing.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe yen.
Yeah, because pence is a British decimal coin.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. All I know is I ain't going.
Nope. I'm good.
So, anyways, we were talking about science and the paranormal last week. This week, I'm just kind of talking about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. Of course, we're talking about EVPs. And I'm starting to come to a new theory that EVPs don't even exist. That it's kind of a false name for what we're hearing.
Yeah.
I believe, and I'm going to work on this theory, and I know there's people out there listening to this show that are screaming and hollering and throwing their computer out the window because they're angry with me. Electronic voice phenomenon, I don't believe is what's happening. I believe what's happening.
Well, and the way that a lot of ghost hunters and TV shows have explained it, saying that it's the spirit manipulating whatever.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I'm not, and I do believe in ghosts, but I don't believe that they can do that. I honestly, I think what they're doing is they're talking to us.
Well, and think about it. That's why they say like they think that pets can hear, like dogs and cats can hear
spirits,
Spirits.
because they can hear way outside of our
Oh,
range.
yeah.
Way outside of our range. Now you think about this. This is another thing you gotta think about too. Is when we talk, we create a vibration with our voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's air percussing. I'm probably saying that wrong. Over our vocal cords, vibrating. Our vocal cords vibrate, and we make a sound, and that's how we talk.
Yeah.
And if a spirit is a dead human and they're talking to us, I'm not sure how nobody really knows how they do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're not breathing. As far as we know, they're not breathing. Maybe they are, but we don't think they are. I mean, they're not a living thing anymore, so they don't need to breathe. But yet they're still able to make sounds.
Yeah.
And the sound is created, for us, is created differently. So they may have a way of making sound without air through their lungs and air going over vocal cords.
And I think that's where the theory that they're actually going in and manipulating.
However,
comes from.
why do we hear disembodied voices? They're making a sound somehow. We don't know that yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not that smart. We really don't know how any of this is working.
No.
And everything is theory. And so I'm going with the theory that electronic voice phenomenon is nothing. And that I believe every sound we pick up with our recordings are really disembodied voices just coming in outside of our hearing range.
Yeah, like this right here, like is saying humans can pick up to 20,000 like kilohertz or whatever, and a dog is between 40 and 100,000.
What about the low side on the dog?
The low side, according to this website, the low side isn't that much lower, just a few, like, I don't know.
But they can go way, way, way above ours.
Yes.
And they do hear a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So, I'm not saying all EVPs come in below human hearing. They could be coming in above human hearing. We don't know where they're coming in at. The ones we happen to get came in below human hearing because you ran it through a sonogram that showed where they came in at.
Yeah. And they came in
well below human hearing.
Right. And I wish I could find that program again.
Well, we're working on it. We're trying. We may have to buy a program.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll bootleg it.
Yeah. just say
You
that
heard
on
it
the
first
air.
here.
Yep.
Only kidding.
Well, yeah, because if we're going to do more experimentation with, ranges of...
Yeah, I may have to
hertz.
just buy a program. They're out there. I can just purchase one. But that's my new theory, and that's what I'm going to run with. I'm going to try some different... I want to look into different microphones.
Different recorders.
Different types of recorders. I want to look into maybe a parabolic microphone.
Right.
Because if they're coming in below human hearing, and And they are also, even though they come in below human hearing, they're also still very quiet. Because obviously they're not right in the room screaming at us. I mean, well, they might be, but they're not making so much noise that it's loud. You know what I mean?
Right. They're not moving the air that much.
Right. It's very slight. So even though you pick up the recording, it's still very quiet. So you really need sensitive microphones to pick this up.
Yeah, and parabolic dishes used to be huge in the paranormal field like 7-8 years ago, and they're not so much used anymore.
Bigfoot hunters use them.
Yeah.
They use them. I don't know who else uses them, but I would like to play around with one.
Yeah, I would too.
So I may look into buying. I may not buy a real fancy one, but just to try it.
Yeah.
Now Jeff say he had one.
I'm not sure if he did or not. I believe he said he did.
Oh, we'll have to. Maybe if he's down, I'd play with his.
Yeah.
Because I'd just like to see how much more it makes a recorder more sensitive to sound.
Well, the problem with parabolic mics is they are very directional.
Right.
So if you are not pointed in the right direction,
that's true.
You're screwed.
So you're almost better off with a very large.
Well, what you want, what you just want is you want a very, very sensitive microphone like the ones we're using right here.
Right.
You want microphones that are very sensitive.
That can pick up anything that's in the room.
Yes.
So maybe just a standard microphone with the bladders in them. What are these called? These are
the large diaphragm.
Large diaphragm.
While you're tapping it.
Yeah.
Hear that?
Yes, these are large diaphragm condenser microphones. They have like a inch and a quarter. Or I think it's around there, like an inch and a quarter.
Well, remember what happened when we took them up to the up to Lake George?
Right. We plugged these in first
because they look cool, and we were gonna, these are regular studio microphones.
Right.
So we took these up. This is the first year we went up. You weren't with us, Will. And we set everything up, and we got everything ready to go, and we started doing sound checks, and all you heard was just unaudible noises.
Yeah.
There's just a rumble.
Yeah, there's like this rumble because of all the people just talking and milling around.
And what happened was these big diaphragms were picking up every single sound in the room.
Yep.
This huge auditorium room.
Well, banquet room.
And it caused the diaphragms in these just to go berserk.
Right.
And they just started just probably just vibrating like crazy.
Right.
Which in turn just put nothing but just noise on it.
Because these mics are really designed to be inside of a soundproof booth.
Right.
And these are like for singers and stuff like that to record.
And all these did, they just got vibrating so out of control that it did is just put nothing on. It recorded just noise.
Right.
It was just unaudible noise. Even if you tried talking into them, it didn't even come through right because they were vibrating so badly that even talking right into the mic, it didn't work. So these are very sensitive.
They are.
So yeah, if we could get big diaphragm style microphones.
Yes.
And hook them up and get that. Of course, these take phantom power, and you'd have to get something that doesn't take the phantom power for a voice recorder.
Well, what I have is that little box that I can plug in two microphones into a computer, and I can record.
Right.
So, I mean, if we brought like a little laptop with us and that little box I have, I could plug in one of these microphones somewhere.
Can you change? This is something I'm not real familiar.
I'd be recording straight to Audacity, which would not filter out anything. I don't think.
I don't think it does.
No.
So I'm thinking Audacity
with one of these mics
probably records below human hearing.
It's gonna pick up anything the mic does.
Right. And place it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to play around with that. See what it'll do.
We can. That's something we could use on the next investigation without having to buy anything.
Right. We just use these and go right through. Just set the system up.
Yep.
And we could actually, by using our mixer, we could actually have all 4 microphones set up. This is something we ought to try. This might be kind of interesting. What if we were to take all 4 of our microphones?
The problem with that is, if you spread them out, unless you do it in one room.
I think do it in one room, but if they have them all facing different directions. Try a couple different layouts of the microphones.
These are not directional microphones.
Right.
They will pick up anything from any direction.
Yeah, but if you have 4 of them all feeding in,
it
would be even that much more sensitive. I'm just saying something we can try.
Right.
I think we ought to try it in the next investigation. Just see what happens.
We could. I mean, I think one of them in a room would be enough if we were doing an EVP session.
More is always better.
Not necessarily. When you have 4 microphones making noise, you might actually miss an EVP.
Oh, that could be.
Because if like say we're over by this microphone doing an EVP session, and this microphone over here picks up an EVP, but we're so loud in that mic, we might